So, Man United 2, the Bees, Brentford 1. We got the fucking fly traps out. We got the insect spray out, bruv. And we smoked the Bees today, bruv. That is probably the best performance of definitely of the season. Bruv, my fucking green screen's all fucking up. Sorry about this. But it might be the best performance. I think it's the best performance since Chelsea at home last year. We absolutely slapped them. Oh, but it's only 2-1. Mate, we could have had about 6 goals, genuinely. Eriksen missed a sitter. Garnacho had a few. Bruno had a few. Their keeper made about 5 or 6 brilliant saves. Hojlund had the one in the first half as well. Genuinely, we should have had about at least 4 goals today. They go 1-0 up. They start off with the go 1-0 up. Because the first half wasn't the greatest. It was decent, but it wasn't the greatest. The second half was brilliant. First half wasn't the greatest. We were the better team, though. We had the better chances. But they go 1-0 up. Why? As I say, this is a disgraceful rule. The fact that our player can be off with a head injury because his head's bleeding and they can take a corner. I think that's a disgraceful rule. I'm not blaming Brentford. I'm not blaming the refs. I think that's the rule. I think that should be changed because you should never be able to take a corner with the other team on 10 men if the other man's got injured. That should never be the case. And it shouldn't be. But however, nevertheless, we go 1-0 down and then instantly in the second half, we finally take our chances. And it was Rashford with an absolute weldy of a pass or a cross or a ball. And Garnacho met it perfectly right into the top corner. And it's 1-1. And instantly from then, Brentford just started panicking. They started rushing. Our press was much better. Sandro, by the way. I want to talk about Sandro today. Oh my fucking word. Sandro was absolutely brilliant in that second half. Absolutely brilliant in that second half. That is fucking... It was brilliant. He was... Oh, mate. Honestly, words cannot describe that performance, mate, in that second half. He was absolutely quality. And... Yeah, but to be fair, as I say, apart from Bruno and Eriksen, the whole team played well, pretty much. The whole team played well. And Bruno I'm going to big up because the assist was unreal. And I saw as soon as he gets that ball, I knew he was going back heel. He's going to try and back heel it. Whether he was going to pull it off or not was another thing, but he did pull it off. But I knew he was going to back heel it and then go into Hojlund. Hojlund just lobs it over the keeper, composed finish. And we needed that. We needed that second goal. It was coming. As I said in the watch along, it was coming. We had for about 5-10 minutes before that, we had 3 or 4 chances where we should have scored. We just wasn't taking it. We just wasn't getting that final thing right. But as soon as we got it right, because they were panicking, the goal comes from our pressing, but also them just rushing and lumping it into the middle of nowhere wherever they see space. And then Sandro reads it, passes it into Bruno. Bruno back heel into Hojlund, and it's 2-1. And that's how it is. I'm going to big up Rasmus Hojlund and Garnacho because, as you know, on this channel, I don't rate them two. I really don't. I really don't rate that front three at all. In terms of as an actual front three, not even individually as players, just as a front three. But Rasmus Hojlund and Garnacho were brilliant today. Brilliant, especially Hojlund, but they were brilliant today. And credit when credit's due. Hats off to him, mate. If you're going to play well, I'm going to say you played well. I'm not going to say you played bad if you played... I'm not going to say you played bad if you played well. And they played well today. Both of them. That doesn't change my opinion on them as footballers. No. Of course it doesn't. But it will say today that they played well. And I hope they can go and do that next week. Because I know he's going to play this exact same starting 11 next week. He might make one change at the back line. That's it. He's going to do that. Or if Casemiro is injured. But, yeah, brilliant. As I say, best performance of the season by far. And I said going into today, I think I might have said on my watch long, I thought we'd win 2-0. We got 2-1. I was going to do 2-1, 2-0 or 2-1. I done 2-0. I got it fucking wrong, for fuck's sake. I should have got it right. It's annoying. But with that, I did say I thought today was going to be our best performance of the season. I just thought it was going to be. I just thought there was no way we're going to lose today. Just everything, just writes for me. Not that we're not losing. You know, the media crashing on us. You know, international break, fresh legs, Brentford at home. It's not they've played here 3 years on the trot and lost 3 years on the trot. You know, it was just for me. It was just like I just had such a good feeling about today's game, and when we went 1-0 down, I was a bit deflated, but I still feel like a bit like last year when we beat them 2-1 and we scored 2 last-minute goals. They just have clearly got something. They've got Old Trafford syndrome, bruv. They've got Old Trafford syndrome. Brentford. They've played here four times in the Premier League and they've lost every single time. They've got Old Trafford syndrome. They get smoked every time they come here. And cheerio, mate. Get back on your buses and your coaches and your trains. Go straight back to West London and living in your nice big mansions and your nice big gated off communities. And cheerio, mate, because cheers for the 3 points, the annual 3 points you give us every year. It's much appreciated because today was a much needed win. And I think we're on 10 points now. We might be on 11. But it's a much needed win. I think we're on 11 actually. I think we are on 11. Are we on 11? Yeah, we are on 11 because we drew with Palace and Villa. But it's only our third win of the season. And as I say, if we didn't win today, we are genuinely... If we lost today, we're genuinely in a relegation scrap. So today was a must win. And I'm glad we got it over and done with. I want to shout out, as I say, Leandro. I thought he was brilliant, and especially in that second half. Delit got a massive head injury, but continued to play on, and I thought he was brilliant. I thought he was brilliant to delay Delit. I said at the game, that's why I said 2-0. I said, I don't think they're going to score because I just don't think our defence is going to concede a goal today. I was so confident. The reason why we did concede a goal was because Delit was off the pitch. And I think that rule should be changed. I think that's a disgusting rule. How can you take a corner when your opponent's down to 10 men and he's out with a head injury? It's disgusting. Especially when it's your centre-back who is your best aerial threat and the best in the air on your team. It was just annoying. But yeah, the only downside to today, Eriksen and Bruno weren't that great. But other than that, the only downside really was the fact we didn't get 3 or 4 because we should have. We should have wrapped that game up by 70 minutes so had 3 or 4 goals. And it would have been nice. It would have been nice to have our confidence boost. It would have been nice to get the goal difference up because everyone seems to spank us when they're playing well and we're playing shit. So why can't we start spanking teams? We should have scored 3 or 4 today. That's the only downside to the day. But ultimately, we take that. We do take that. We've got a few injuries now. We need to wait for our players to come back. It's Smiley now, as I say, but let's go back to level headed. Let's go back down to the ground because we've now got Fenerbahce away and then West Ham away. West Ham away, we all know, is a fucking awful ground for us to go to. Ten Hag's been there twice and lost twice, hasn't scored a goal. Lost 1-0 and 2-0. And Fenerbahce away has got Jose and Fred, Amrabat and It's going to be a difficult away day. So yeah, we got to keep the smiles now and make the most of it because Reds, it could be a long week. It could be a long week, United fans. It could very much be a long week now. We go back to reality and look ahead. Result today, brilliant performance. But let's look ahead. This could be a bad week for us coming from now. So let's celebrate it. Yes, cool, but keep level-headed because we have to go and win against West Ham and we have to go and win against Fenerbahce in midweek. We have to. We certainly have to. I don't think we're going to lose, by the way, at all. I don't think we'll lose both them games. I think we'll probably draw Fenerbahce and I think we'll probably... West Ham are shit. But then we just got such a bad record in that ground. I just don't see us not losing. I just don't see it. We haven't scored a goal under Ten Hag in that ground. I just don't see it. But, you know, I don't really want to talk about that in a minute. I just want to talk about this game, as I say. Yeah, as I say, I want to bring up Leandro, Delit, Rashford as well. I thought the assist was brilliant, but I thought he was non-stop running, constant threat, taking on his man, trying to get... He deserved another goal contribution today, Rashford. Goal or another assist, mate. He deserved it. Because he was quality. I think he was probably the worst of the front three, but I think that's because that's testament to how good the front three actually was. Because Hojlund and Garnacho were both brilliant, and yeah, I want to take my hats off to them because they were. I'm a critique of that front three. I don't think they're a good front three, but today they were brilliant. And I was looking at that front three, no Ahmad, and I was going, yeah, no right winger, no Xerxes as well with Hojlund, but ultimately they delivered today. They delivered, and. Yeah, I'm not really ultimately. I'm happy with that result. I'm happy with that performance. And look, I just want us to take it in now and build some consistency. because we got West Ham, Chelsea. We need to make sure now we're at the relegation scrap, bruv, that we apparently were in, even though we were never in it. If we lost today, we was in a relegation scrap. I'd happily admit that, but we didn't. We weren't losing today, and we won today. We're now, I think, like 8 points ahead of the relegation zone. There's no way we're in a relegation scrap. So all you melts that sit there and try to say we were, you don't know our own history. Man United are not getting relegated. And look, we'll take that. As I say, we'll take that 2-1 win. Cheers for watching. This has to be short because I have to go. Please do subscribe. Please do like the video. And look, I'll be back for another watch on probably tomorrow for the Liverpool-Chelsea game or something like that. But also I'll be back for with the watch-alongs and match reactions for Liverpool-Chelsea. Thank you.